All right. Ooh, 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 ooh. Dude, check out this show. Why do all the cool shows have to be in different places?
Damn. Damn, damn. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. All right.
Back to the Future.
All right.
Run for it, Marty.
Let me see here. Error. 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 Stream health. Poor. I don't know if this is going to affect the stream for whoever's in there right now. If it disconnects for some reason, just hop back in or I'll start it over. I screwed up, so let's see what this does. Do 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 do. We have a malfunction at fire control tonight.
Nip slip.
Not a full-blown nip slip. But with our guests, stream health is poor. Let's get this going. Everything looks good. It's going. Error, 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 error. Maybe because everything out here is fucking hot.
You want to hear a funny story and shoot the shit, or a segment?
Which do you think it'd serve better?
I think it will lead to discussion
It will.
for like 10 seconds or so, maybe.
Well, the discussion just be.
Yeah,
Eh.
that was neat.
That's in the cool, Matt. Neat. Great story.
So maybe we should do shoot the shit.
Yeah, we can do it. We're killing the grid, man. We totally are. We're killing it. Can you guys hear us in the chat room? Happy birthday, Doug. Happy birthday. It seems to be going a little better. I think everything's just hot out here. Chase! Need us to do some throat singing tonight? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, look at my title
Oh, where?
in the show notes.
Show notes. I got sidetracked by things in Coda. Funny work story. I forgot to tell you about last week. That one?
Yeah. Funny story from last week. I forgot to tell you about last week.
46 years young, Doug. 46 years young.
Happy birthday, Doug.
Let's see here.
That's true.
Okay, that one works. That one doesn't work. That one doesn't work.
Oh!
Okay.
You know what?
What,
Oh my
Jesse?
gosh.
What, Jesse? All right, let's start the show. You ready? Let's do this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
With a little word from our buddy, Mr. Billy D. Williams.
D. Williams talks about Colt 45.
There are two rules to remember if you want to have a good time. Rule number 1, never run out of Colt 45. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. You want to know why you should keep plenty of Colt 45 on hand? You never know when friends might show up.
This episode of the
You think he got laid?
is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This program contains graphic material,
Or he ever had a
including
problem getting
offensive
laid?
language.
Are
Viewer
we going to give
discretion
each
is
other the full
advised.
load?
So the intention here
Well, not
was
anymore.
to have a
We
conversation.
can.
We're
You
going
can
to
do it to
choose
me
an
and or I
interesting
can do it to
person
you.
to
Well,
ask
that's true.
interesting questions.
can alternate
and
it.
I would respond.
We'll
with
toss our loads on each other?
interesting answers, and
Yeah, we could. I mean, what else are we
we'd
going
have
to
an
do?
interesting piece of audio to listen to. And the more I thought about it, the less interesting that concept became.
Trent Reznor's such an interesting man.
Swaying back and forth.
No nip slips.
A beautiful thing taking me away. All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed.
No nip slips.
My extremities pulsated with tingling sensations.
I was trying to falsetto scream, but I forgot my vocal. Show 481. It is Tuesday, July 12th, 2022. It is Prime Day. Happy Prime Day, everyone. Have you partaken in Prime Day yet?
No, I need to, though.
You haven't?
I
It's
need to
upon
get
us.
some shears, some clippers for
This
my
is-
hair.
This is the day to...
'Cause mine went out. I'm getting froish.
Are you? This is the day to do it. It's Prime Day.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I've
about
already
it.
got a package
We
here.
get till midnight, right?
And tomorrow. It's now 2 days.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's
So
a
it's
2-day
Prime
sale.
Days
It should be Prime Days.
with a Z because of Amazon.
When my package got here today, I was wondering how much waste Amazon is making in the world with
Yeah.
Prime Day. I mean, there's some pretty good deals, right?
Yeah, there's a loading or a place in where I work.
Mm-hmm.
And today I saw a big ass crowd of people, like all hanging around and stuff
Being
before they
like,
got in their trucks
It's
and
Prime
started
Day.
delivering.
You think they hate Prime Day? Running all over the place?
I imagine it's a pretty big beating.
Did you ever work retail with like Black Friday?
Oh yeah, several times.
Sucked.
It's terrible.
Black Friday's awful.
Yeah, I worked at a camera shop too, so it was worse.
I worked in the video department of Best Buy.
I had to do
And
video
it
too, and it
sucked.
sucks. Trying to explain something to someone. Well, see, we don't do VHS anymore. Why not?
What's the difference
I got a
between
VHS
a
VCR.
4-head and a 2-head VCR?
Yeah,
Why would I want to pay $70 more for 4-head when
I
I
don't-
can just watch it with 2 heads?
Man, I tell you, I don't like these Chinese versions with the small tapes.
Now, this high 8 tape will fit right in my VCR, right? No. Well, what's the
No,
difference
it's
between a
different.
high 8 and
And the V-
VHS-C? And what's this DV?
Oh, and then god, the conversation about putting the cassette inside the adapter and shit. Oh, well, why would I do that?
Why do koalas, or not koalas, why do kangaroos put their kids inside their pouch? It's the same concept.
Yeah,
Dumbass.
get it through your skull.
I could have been fired at Best Buy so many times, and they never did.
Me too. At not Best Buy, but at Ritz Camera.
I got
could have.
stories at Best Buy, man.
I got stories of Ritz Camera.
I think everybody that's worked retail has stories. Yeah, and they're
for
crazy.
sure. Yeah, man.
Like just
I got into
out
some
of control.
crazy shit.
Man, I watched a guy go to prison. I watched 3
Yeah.
guys go to prison that worked there one night.
Yep.
Employees.
For stealing.
Yeah. Stacks
Yeah.
of laptops.
That's crazy, man. Just fell off the truck, huh?
Yep, that's exactly what they did. They were all the inventory guys. And
Yeah.
they were all just, they would wheel them out right out the back door, right beside where the truck came in. And it was all on camera because they'd set up a new camera. We had a guy come in that was a former U.S. Marshal and retired. And I think he retired because he got injured. But he started working loss prevention and set up all these brand new cameras because a whole bunch of shit kept disappearing from our store. Inventories were way off.
Yeah.
Well, I think all the employees were stealing shit. All of them.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
Yep. And
Good
then-
old Best Buy.
Yep. Little fuck castle back in the warehouse
Sir?
people would use.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
You build a castle out of boxes.
Sir?
So on this Prime Day, we were going to have a guest.
You didn't say what show it was.
Yeah, I did. Right off the bat, 41.
Oh. You didn't say Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
You said
Matt.
Happy Amazon Day.
Yeah, happy Prime Day. Happy
Hap-
Tuesday, Matt.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin. Happy
Oh.
Tuesday, chat room.
How you doing, chat room? So, yeah, we were going to have a guest tonight, a band out of Denton that's a bunch of badasses, but at the last minute, I went to check my email, which I should have checked earlier, and it seems that COVID has reared its ugly head again,
Interfering with our lives.
interfering with this goddamn show like it's done for the last 2 years.
Yep.
So we're going to have to get them up and rescheduled. If you want to catch up on them, it's Matthew and the Arrogant Sea. They're a band from Denton. Really, really cool band. We played a show with them back in the I Was Once Eaten days. They've been around since 2000, 2001. They have all sorts of releases out, but they also have a movie out, a documentary they did, I guess, during COVID. And you can go watch it. It's on YouTube. But if you go to www.makeamericaweird.again, that's their website.
Cool.
And you can go see all their stuff. But they got a movie documentary up there called Nosebleeds. That's cool to check out. And it's free to stream. Go check it out. Go watch it. And then when we have them on, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that movie is great, man. I loved it. It
Should
was
have got an
cool."
Academy Award, man.
It's got all sorts of Film Fest awards. So we'll see. We'll see.
We need to get them to fight the coffee pot guys.
Why
and
would
gals.
the band fight the Coffee Pot guys?
Because you said they've won awards with their film.
Well, wouldn't it be the filmmaker instead of the band?
Either. I just want to see
Or
a
maybe
big,
they
I
filmed
just want
it.
to see a big, gnarly wall of death.
We keep trying to get that octagon going on out here
Yeah.
of someone versus someone. At one time, it's supposed to be Spectacle versus
Yeah, I had
Raven
some,
Charter versus.
well, we were going to do, oh yeah, that's right. We went down the whole MMA tournament of bands and podcast.
like the entire Dufort roster was supposed to fight each other at one time. And
It's
we
just
were gonna
chaos.
see who the strongest
like-
band was.
It's like Game of Thrones, except podcast and bands.
And that was before I was in Spectacle. That was when Josh was in Spectacle.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in it, we're just going to win
Yeah.
because I don't fight fair.
No, man. You'll shoot someone in the kneecap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll put a cap in a cap.
I'll WWE that shit,
Man.
man.
Go Han Solo on that stuff. You know what I thought about the other day? I don't know if we've talked about this, but the other night I was thinking, what am I going to watch next as far as Star Wars goes? And because I usually always got something going on Star Wars, you know. By the way, I need to play the game tonight.
Han
fell
Solo
asleep.
ain't never had no sex with Princess Leia in the Star Wars.
That's true.
100% true.
But the other night I started down this weird train of thought of where would I be in that whole in the Star Wars universe?
Are we getting a brownout now?
Ooh, that would suck.
You fucking kidding me?
They're getting sued. ERCOT, you're getting sued.
Everyone wants to fuck with us.
We're probably going to get swatted pretty soon. That
Don't.
keeps happening to everyone.
Don't bring that up. Don't bring that idea out to play.
You gonna hit delete on that part?
Probably.
Good.
I don't
But
want that. I've
Is
never.
that something that I should have said pre-show?
Yeah, probably. That is something that I do fear.
Yeah.
What is what's going on here, man?
I don't
Why
know.
do we lose light?
Why don't you send Jennifer a text and see what's going on inside?
Oh, we're on two?
I don't know. Is Shauna back?
No, she's at a Skinwalker Ranch watching party.
What? Where's that?
in Dallas.
Wow.
Like it's the season finale of Skinwalker Ranch, and they are having a watching party.
Wow. Sounds fun.
I know, right? I haven't even watched any of the series, and I'm like, yeah, this sounds like it's going to turn into
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying. You can go ahead and play him again too. You can play
Han
him.
Solo ain't never had no sex with Princess Leia in the Star Wars.
So
In the Star Wars,
in the Star Wars, like the whole Star Wars universe, where would I be as a character? I'm trying to figure that out, and it's somewhere between a smuggler like Han Solo or fucking Sith as a motherfucker.
well, you gotta have.
I'd
Are
be-
you saying you're gonna be?
I could be Bounty Hunter 2. Bounty Hunter 2. I thought that could work.
Yeah, so you're going to assume that you have the ability to become force sensitive.
Right.
You're going to have the midichlorians in you,
Exactly.
so you can become Sith.
Yes. I'm making that assumption. But those are the 3 or 4 that I am pretty sure it would pan out.
Well, here's the thing: is I don't think Sith were never happy enough to have sex, and Jedi weren't allowed to have sex.
Oh no.
So that knocks those 2 off my list right away.
Yeah. Well, then it looks like I'm going the smuggler or the bounty hunter route.
Or I'm just going to run a cantina
Well,
called the Yellow
honestly,
Rose of Tatooine.
we would probably be. Oh man. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. That's my story. That's not the one that's in the show notes, by the way.
Chase brought up a good point in the chat room. You can be Kyle Katarn, who is a force-sensitive smuggler.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in all honesty, we'd probably be that band that plays on Jabba's
barge.
Yes, barge.
And we're just a casualty of being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah,
which is
probably what will happen. We'll be drunk and stoned and going, whoa, guys.
Or we'll be in the Death Star. Like we would be like contractors that were forced into slavery and had to work on the
like
Death
Rogue,
Star.
like
And
some of
it
the
blew
Rogue One stories.
Blew it up. Yeah. As we're on there like fixing plumbing.
Yeah.
Or running Cat 5 for telecom.
Bitching about
through
the
it.
man.
And just bitching about how big this damn place is. It blows up underneath us. Because we don't realize that there's a rebel attack.
And you and I
terrorist
do. You and I do. We're going.
Technically, that's a terrorist
yes.
attack.
And you and I we'd be like the mechanics going, these guys, they don't even understand how pissed off these rebels are. Like, they're coming, and they're not even listening to us, man. All we are is a bunch of fucking yes men here, and fart around with a bunch of cables.
We'd have our own little room, because the Death Star's gigantic. We're gonna have our own little room to have a podcast.
Yeah.
And try to warn people the rebels are coming.
Yeah.
Have you seen them? They're amassing.
Like,
and
this
they
is
want to
no
blow
joke.
this place up. But the
some-
Emperor's just la da 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 da.
Yeah,
Look at me.
There's some crazy stuff going on, and if you haven't opened your eyes up to that,
You need to open your eyes up.
you need
These
to open
guys
your
are
eyes up.
coming,
The rebels are coming.
and it's gonna happen. And Mushmouth Emperor, Oatmeal Brain Emperor,
Yes, Oatmeal Brain Emperor.
He's just la da 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 da. Look at me, I built
Yeah.
this thing.
Man, we could have a whole parody.
We could, and just parallel the the empire on the Biden
What's going on?
administration.
Yeah. And it gets to the point where people don't know if we're talking about the Biden administration or Star Wars.
La da da da. Look at me walking around here.
Oh man!
That's pretty.
All right, so you got to tell me about this stuff that you got into recently and have been tagging the world. You're like Banksy now.
I'm the digital Banksy.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm getting here.
What's going on?
There's some.
That's probably ERCOT.
Oh, it is ERCOT going.
Sorry,
what
guys.
are you doing? What are you doing?
Saying
Yes,
power it down.
I like that. I like that a lot. So we got into a conversation last week at Spectacle Practice about me and James did about AI art, and we're going nuts. And we were just talking about doing different things and trying to figure out different things because there's several different routes you can go with this, and a lot of them are all in beta or alpha, and you have to sign up for them. And I was like, well, I signed up for a bunch, and then I came across this other one called Disco Diffusion.
Right.
And it's kind of a pain in the ass to set up. It's difficult because you got to know some code and you got to know how to do some stuff because it's all through Google Colab.
You can't just Control Alt Delete it.
You can't just
Shift Alt Delete
none of my Photoshop shortcuts work while I'm doing this. I can't use Photoshop shortcuts.
Gotcha.
Or Lightroom shortcuts. So I'm going through there and I finally get this several hours. And I finally get it set up and run. I'm finally figuring out what's going on because it doesn't use your computer. It half uses your computer and it half uses a server somewhere else. And I think another server. But it uses the GPU of this other computer way out. And so you got to connect all this stuff. Make sure you're connected and logged in. Basically, it's like you're doing cryptocurrency, but you're doing it for random art. Then you got to figure out.
You're starting to freak me out.
It is kind of. I mean, it's AI, so
yeah.
I mean, we're dabbling and freaked out in this. Then you got to figure out what
that's
you
the other
want
thing that's genius
to
about
show.
you tagging everywhere. Look, guys, AI, they're
AI,
coming.
They're coming.
They're coming. We're trying to tell you, they're coming.
No, they're not. They're not going to take over the world. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. So I actually made some for tonight for our guests that I can show you on the screen here. If you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, I would like to see this.
Our guest was, like I said, Matthew and the Arrogant Sea. So when I got home from work today, I set it up because you have to reset it up every day. You have to, and it now that I've got it, it's like click, 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 click. Make sure everything connects. You can see the GPU that's off in the distance, and you can see the CPU's off in the distance, and you're connected to them. You know what's going on, and now you're ready to go.
No,
so
I'm
you
definitely freaked out now.
You set up the little farm. Because basically it's a farm, and this is why we're ERCOT's having brownouts and blackouts because of
this kind of activity.
I figured out how to do AI. So I'll show you these here. I think this is going to work. Let me cut to this. Okay. So I just put in Matthew and the Arrogant Sea, the name of the band that was going to come on. And we'll have to show them these here in a little while when they come back on. But this was the first one that came up. And then, so you see a guy in the sea with a bunch of cities and
That's
stuff.
a lot more tame than the Jerry Jonestown Massacre one you did.
Well, I didn't put Jerry Jonestown Massacre with... Oh, no. Jerry Jonestown Massacre was just Jerry Jonestown Massacre.
Yeah.
It wasn't like my Disneyland with blood and flames.
It was getting there.
So then, image 2 here is another. It looks like Matthew walking out of the sea with his boat caught up on a rock or on a tall wave or something. There's a guy drowning back here. And then...
there's a kraken in
There's
the
a
distance.
kraken, yeah. 3. This one got kind of messed up because now the guy is half ocean. And there's a boat. And there's a guy with his back to us. And there's a city way off in the distance. And then the 4th one...
That's about to get hit by a tidal wave, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's about to get hit by a tidal wave. It came this way. It's just so weird and so
weird.
odd and so
Have you
crazy.
done I Was Once Eaten yet?
I have not.
I bet that'll be insane.
Oh, I could run one. I don't know if I can run one during the show if it'll crash everything.
Yeah, let's don't.
So I'll run one during
We're
the show.
already on ERCOT's radar now.
Tonight I will run I Was Once Eaten. If you're friends with me on Instagram and Facebook, the Jerry Jonestown Massacre ones are up there.
And if you're not, you ought to be.
You ought to be. You ought to go find me on Instagram. It's at Plastic Dust with a K. PLASTIKDUST.
Got tons of great footage on our Instagrams.
So I've got
just don't look at who we're following.
Why? Who are we following? That's bad.
A lot.
So
women's.
Oh, one night, the first thing I did when I came to this AI, I was like, a desert arch. I want to do an arch, like Arches National Park or whatever, in the desert with the Milky Way and stars.
See?
And they came out really, really cool. They look very futuristic. Then I went, okay, well,
things escalated.
I went really quick to Cherry Jonestown Massacre and see what happened. So I did ours, and then I did a Funky Town podcast, and then I did Fort Worth Famous to see what it would all spit out
Yeah.
with all those.
I don't think I've seen theirs.
I can, let's see here. I can show you. I can show
Here, let me
you.
look on my phone.
No, they're not
look on my phone.
posted.
Oh, okay.
I sent them to all those guys.
You can
but-
show it to me after the show.
Okay, let's do that. Then I went Phoenix Lights, the Uncle Toasty song. Well, this will make you laugh. They just came up. Here is Fort Worth Famous. I put Fort Worth Famous podcast,
That's funny.
and then here's the other one. I don't know what these old people are. There's that one.
What the heck?
I don't know. And then there's Funky Town.
So we're really going to
Everything's a
be
crash.
at the point to where we don't know if what we're watching is even a person?
Well, so
Is that where we're going?
I've gotten to the point. So now that I did Phoenix Lights, which is for Uncle Toasty. And then I did, that night I set up to do 10, which was the Disney World picks, on fire and covered in blood. And then, what else did I do? I've done a bunch of other shit since then. I did the Biden, Hillary Clinton, and Donald Trump all eating the flesh of a baby.
Goodness, man.
Those are on. I need to go back to this 2-shot. Those are on. What's it called? Facebook. And then I did. Shauna wanted one for her Shine Your Heart. And then she spit out something that was bizarre, but it didn't work. It was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in New York fighting unicorns or something like that. And it didn't come out.
Sounds like it would have come out.
It came out okay, but it's not great. And
It's not a Banksy.
it's not a Banksy. So I'll do I Was Once Eaten and see what happens.
That'll be a good one.
And then I want to do a giant like squid attacking a city or
You should
something.
do every single band that you've jammed with.
I've thought about that, and I did try to do the spectacle, and it came up all weird, and it wasn't anything cool. It wasn't anything cool at all.
It was just a bunch of like pictures of pubes.
No, it like it was like this big bunch of weird letters,
Oh, really?
and it just wasn't good. So I was like, eh. The spectacle is kind of a generic term too,
Yeah.
and I thought that might work. So we'll see. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun to figure out. Now I'm to the point to
The
where
methinks.
I did do a methinks one.
Oh,
I did a methinks. No, but I can show you after the show. A
Okay.
methinks God bless Haltom City, and it's interesting. And I did a Fort Worth on fire, and then after the news we got last night that I sent you guys, you and Thomas and Jeremy, about New York City, I did a New York City nuclear meltdown image just so I could prepare myself.
Mentally,
Mm-hmm.
this is how you work things out.
This is how I work things out.
You just start printing these, man. They're going to be worth something someday.
Well, and the thing is, like, there was a big thing going on a couple of months ago about the copyright of them. Like, how does that work? And it's like, technically, if you create it on your device, it's your copyright. So it's your piece of art. And I own it, and I can sell it.
See? Do it.
Make some mad cash, yo.
Yep. And you'll be ahead of the trend.
Hopefully.
The decimation of the human race.
I'm going to NFT it since those things seem to
Ooh,
be
yeah.
so important and be making butthole loads of money now.
There you go.
That
Make
economy
butthole loads.
crashed, didn't it?
Yeah.
The big NFT world. That's the future.
Is it gone?
Well, what about Future Land or whatever, Virtual Land or whatever the fuck they called it, where you needed to go buy your house, and like Kanye spent like $8 million on a
what
house.
What Meta's trying to work towards?
Yeah, that Meta, your metaverse. You got to go build all your virtual stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck off. We need gas in this world, asshole. That's the way I see it. So anyway,
I think that's the way most people see it. you
AI
know?
art is fun. I don't know. I don't think parody images of former presidents or any politicians or anything can get you in trouble. I was tempted to have zombie Mohammed eat the flesh of a baby.
Yeah, don't do that.
That you're not supposed to do, right?
I wouldn't do that, period. There's no need to get them all riled up, okay?
At our show?
Yeah. Not right now.
I really want to know
Like back
what
when we
happened to
first started, it was cute. It was cute.
It was cute. It's fun time.
But now, not so much.
It was cute. I'm not wearing a wife beater. To see if the lights work. Everybody's bitching about the lights in the chat room because they want to see our nips sticking through our shirts. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Right here? Yeah, right there is good. Yeah, so with the ERCOT, we've had a few friends have blackouts already. Go through them.
The last time this happened, remember when it happened kind of late spring out of nowhere? Everybody's like, what the heck? We haven't even got to the hot part yet. Mandy's had one.
We had
It was
it
on
here
a Sunday.
And it blew. The problem is whenever they kill the power in this neighborhood, that's what happened when it froze, when it got cold. When they go to turn it back on,
Jacks up all the power lines.
It blows the transformers. Blows all the transformers. They're no longer more than
The Decepticons? Too?
The Decepticons were here.
Hmm.
Yep. So you have a funny story from last week that you forgot to tell us all about.
You didn't read it right, man.
Funny work story from last week I forgot to tell you about last week.
It's the most genius part of the story right
That
there.
is. So what did you forget to tell us last week about the story from last week?
All right. So with gas prices going up, I've gotten to the habit of trying to get the best gas where I'm at in the area. Like you start getting to know where you work. And
Now, what do you mean best gas? Best octane? Or
No.
best gas station.
Best prices, I'm sorry.
Oh, best prices. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I'm not driving a Formula One race car, man.
I feel bad, but I've had to dumb down the Forerunner.
To mid?
No, I was running mid.
Mid-grade?
I'm down to low.
You are?
So I'm going to have to clean my injectors.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Well, a lot of times Kroger's will be the place because, oh man, I just said the place.
Because your cashback reward program.
Right, and you can get
a nickel off.
Sometimes you'll get 13 cents off.
Oh,
but
okay.
like that's when you haven't used it in a while. But I only get 3. But every little bit helps, right?
Yeah.
So this Kroger, you know how the grocery stores now will have a kind of a temple where you can pay and get stuff like cigarettes and whatever, candy, drink, I don't care.
Yeah.
Jizz, anything, right? But there's someone that works in there, a cashier, all right? And now they've got it to where you don't even have to see them at all or talk to them really. They just, pull out the credit card machine and you do it, right?
Yeah.
So this lady, man, she went to go and ring me up, and when she opened the thing, she had a fart in there. And it came out, man. It's like the hot air just sucked it out, like vectioned it all over me.
So
and I was like,
immediately
oh
the
my
door hit
gosh.
you. This little tray came
The
out.
tray came out, and then
you
I was
just
just
smashed by a
pulverized by a fart. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? It's nuts, man. I just sat there for a second, like, what the fuck just happened?
Do you think she was just watching your face the whole time? Please don't smell it. Please don't smell
I
it.
don't know
Please
because
smell
she
it."
had just gone back in. It's one that she left there because she was talking to me outside. She's like, "Oh, I'll go ahead and ring you up like that," and then like she was having not a smoke, but she was doing something outside, and then so she walked around and went in and shut the door, and then
Did she fart?
there's no way she did it outside and tracked that in.
No, so she farted when she got right back in.
No, I think it was too quick. I think she
Oh.
did it before she went out, shut the door, and the air couldn't get
trapped
out. It trapped it.
And then she came back in.
And then when she opened it up for me to pay, then I was pulverized by fart smell.
That's amazing.
No. She has no idea what she did to me.
You should have just gone, "Morning, ladies."
Well, yeah. So that's the funny story I forgot to tell you about last week. That happened.
Damn, that's pretty damn good.
That's awful, man. It's crazy, dude. Freaking fart smells, man. Just you gotta. It's not bad enough. We gotta watch out for COVID. We got the monkeypox. We gotta be all hypochondriac about. Now we gotta worry about just fucking fumed up fart smell.
I thought we were kind of past, the whole COVID having to still really, really worry about it. Like, it's still around. I get that. Everybody's like, it's still
I think
around.
they
I
said
get
it's
that.
coming back
I
right
under-
now.
It's coming back around again.
Like, Clay Jenkins already said something about how hey,
Everybody's
expected.
starting to-
the bright lights came on then.
Everybody's kind of starting to ramp up. They changed the, what do you call it? The alerts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I'm sad we have to go back through this again. Like, it affected our guest tonight. That sucks.
Yeah,
Totally sucks.
it blows.
Blows.
And we got a pretty important trip in about 3 weeks,
Which I want to get into.
and they'll be the first to shut it down. You know what I mean?
So it may be shut down before then. From what I'm looking at. So we're going to New York in a couple of weeks. New York City. It's JJTM.
New York City.
JJTM takes on the Big Apple. One of us are not coming back alive.
Don't, jeez, man. We do this every time we travel.
We said that. Well, when we went to Vegas, right?
We've said it. I think we say that every single trip, man.
Well, just
One
in
of us
case
is
it
gonna come
happens,
back
we're
in
ready.
a body bag. Eventually, it's going to happen.
4 of us are going. One of us ain't coming back.
Man, I'm thinking Thomas might move there.
Yeah, he's
Just the
traveling.
other day, we're all like, "Hey," having a discussion, and then all of a sudden, I was like, "Matt, are you here?"
Your story
I was
hit.
like, "What?
It's trending well.
Good." It's a funny story.
If this was the boys, you'd be trending way high.
Oh man, you want to get into some of that talk?
We can in a little bit.
Okay.
So
Since we're halfway done with our show.
yeah, Matt doesn't do a show anymore.
Yeah, I think he wants to get this thing going to reinstall it, I think.
But I mean, I want to hear about his trip and everything, but he has no podcast for us to listen to. He ought to just come over right now and tell us all about it.
I don't care if you want to. Have him come over.
It's
You
8:30.
can say, what happened? Who?
What were you
What
doing
scandal?
up there? What's going on?
What kind of
It
scandal?
was the greatest
Talking
moment of
about
his life.
scandal. We don't want fake news.
It was kind of cool. It was neat watching all the TikToks on there. I'm not good with TikTok. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I don't understand.
I've never done
everything.
one. I have an account, but I've never done it.
I did one at the practice studio showing off. We had a bunch of wires on the floor. And I was like, look, snakes. And then we had the
That's real cool.
the hat snake. Yeah, it trended huge. It was great.
Doing great.
So New York City, we're going up there to see Rage Against the Machine and Run the Jewels. That's the big pinnacle of everything. But we're also going to go run around and do some things. We need to go through the map and see what you want to see. You're the only one that has never been there.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to know what you want to see.
Me?
Yeah, we need to know what you want to go.
haven't
I know
even
you
really
said
thought
you
about
want to
it yet.
go to Central Perk and see the friend's apartment.
And No, I didn't say that.
And then you said something about reenacting the way Lennon was shot in front of the Dakota.
I don't think that's what I said at all.
It's not?
No.
You wanted to pretend like you were Mark David Chapman
No.
and one of us were Lennon?
Uh-uh.
It was weird. You have a whole bunch of weird things you want to do. I was like, what? But I was reading today that Rage Against the Machine last night, they're doing a 2-night stint in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And the review for Monday night was all good. Said it, they had a great set. The set's pretty long. You can see the set list. Pictures look amazing. But the 4th song in, Zach jumps around on stage and destroys his leg.
Oh, no.
And has to sit on one of the monitors the rest of the night.
The rest of the
And
tour?
They
If
had
they
to
do it?
carry him off stage.
No, it's going to get postponed again.
And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Shit.
Well, the problem is, I don't think we can cancel the lodging. Yeah, we can cancel lodging, I think.
It depends if you got the insurance or something, your change of trip insurance.
I think I ended up getting it.
Then you're good.
Or I'll just
Should
shut
be
up the
good.
credit card. Cancel the credit card.
You could just go tell them, I want to take you to court.
Yeah. So it's kind of in the air. They don't know. I can't remember if
What
last
did it,
night
he
was
look
the
like he blew his
second-
knee out? Obviously, that's what it was because if it was a broken bone, they would have stopped
it.
Yeah, he'd had to go
But
to the hospital.
they think he tore something in his leg,
Damn.
in his knee.
ACL.
Something.
I mean,
But there's video of it, and the rest of the night he is sitting on one of the stage monitors that's on Tom Morello's side, and he's just singing and screaming. The only thing he said was that I've did something to my leg. I've really hurt my leg. But he said that we're not stopping this because all you people, what'd he say? I don't know what happened to my leg right now, straight up. But you know what? We're going to keep this shit going. If I have to crawl across the stage, you came too fucking far. You guys ready? Let's go. And that's all he said about it.
When's the next date?
I think, I thought this was the first night. Let's see.
What a bummer.
Yeah, Monday night is the first of 2 back-to-back. So they're supposed to do a show tonight in Chicago, and nothing's been posted yet about it.
So he must be all right then. Like he's going to try to finish it out and just kind of be stagnant.
My thing is maybe Zach's like, dude, we've put this off so much. We can't put this off anymore. Because you postpone the show because of him, the tour.
Yeah.
And it's all the production people, everybody involved. The Run the Jewels crew, all them.
Yeah, I imagine he'll get out there.
He may call Dave up and be like, can I borrow the throne? Dave who all has borrowed the throne? Axl Rose borrowed the throne, and someone else borrowed the throne.
Yeah.
All our rock stars breaking their legs. Or you could be in a local band named Royal Blood and destroy your leg on.
I guarantee it's going to just
Friday
a
on the
matter
Green.
of time before it happens to me.
You played a show with a blown out leg.
Yeah. Yeah, my bones are getting brittle and joints and surgeries. Every single, even cold front down to 99.
Guys, I was playing soccer today and tore my knee apart.
Knee still hurts. My back hurts. My shoulder hurts.
Pants
It's
fall down
amazing.
every time I bend over. My feet itch. So yeah, I'm gonna see what the hell's going on. Oh yeah, it was Royal Sons, not Royal Blood. I said Royal Blood. Royal Sons. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I don't know where they go after Chicago though. I don't know what the Rage Against the Machine tour is. It's the public.
They've already hit
service.
L.A. and San Diego, right?
No,
Or just
no,
San
this
Diego?
This is the second stop.
Yeah, so it's pretty early in the tour.
Yeah, it's right off the bat.
Man, that's a bummer. That sucks.
Yeah.
No good, man.
No good. Attack the Radical. Yeah, okay, so they played Wisconsin, East Troy, Wisconsin, and then Chicago was last night and tonight. Then they go to Ottawa, Quebec, Hamilton, Toronto, Buffalo, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Raleigh. 2 DC dates, and then 6 New York dates. 5 New York dates.
Man, that's intense. That's pretty intense to have a blown out knee.
But they postponed after our show is 1, 2, 3, the third one, I think. The second one. After our show, everything else is postponed. So the El Paso show, the Las Cruces show.
Have been postponed?
Yeah, all those are still postponed.
Like-
That second leg of the tour is still postponed. Basically everything that's to the west of New England has been postponed.
Because of the leg.
No,
Not, or you're talking
just
about
haven't-
the prior COVID
from
postponement?
prior. Yeah,
I got you.
they haven't reset the dates for those yet.
Well, T's and P's, Tom.
But
I mean,
then
Zach.
you get a video sent.
Did you say Tom? Or
Really?
Zach?
Zach.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
Zach.
thought. I don't know, man.
Then we get a video sent to last night.
Don't you wait? Getting back to this, don't you want them to just go ahead and postpone it?
I
Because I don't
want
want
to
to
see Zach
see.
jump around.
Me too.
He was crazy.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see the real deal. I mean, it's the real deal, but I just want to see him
The picture shot from last night make him look like an old homeless man, though.
like Dave.
He kind of looks like Dave O'Hearn. Yeah,
All right.
he just looks like a skinny old. Like I've seen this guy standing on the corner of like Rosedale and
Yeah.
Hemp Hill, right there by the QT, asking for money. And he looks like it is crazy.
You buy him a water?
I don't buy anybody anything
Man, I feel
anymore.
so bad for the
after what I
homeless
did.
right now. Dude, that would suck to be homeless in the DFW area right now. It is so
Roasting.
dried out. Like I just went
It's so
down,
brown round.
I just went outside of town, south about 45 miles, maybe 60 miles.
Is it green?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that area's always green, isn't it?
You barely do what?
That area's always green, right?
I mean, it gets pretty dry there too, but it is nothing like DFW.
Seems like just like Mesquite is where the brown round starts and goes all
Yeah.
the way west. And keeps going. It's weird. It's dirty and just
I keep having sinus
Dry.
headaches.
like my yard. I
Throwing
just
up
gave
all
up
over
on.
my yard. Throwing up at people's
Again,
houses.
people's houses. And there's no reason to keep a yard up, right? When it's this bad.
I'm trying to because I'm trying to make sure the whole yard doesn't die off. So I've got to fight this thing. My water bill is going to be ridiculous.
So can we talk about the other thing in New York City?
I'm scared. I'm putting it off.
Are you?
I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, we're going to be there in 1 month.
So the New York City emergency whatever services decided to put up a video yesterday on YouTube, a public service announcement about what to do in case there's a nuclear strike on New York.
That's no fun. How long was it? Tell me you didn't watch it.
Yes.
You watched it?
Yeah, I want to
Oh
know
my
what to do.
gosh.
We're going to become fucking mole people.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
We're
just gonna-
going into the subway
Yeah.
and living our lives. We're going to adapt to the dark. We're going to start being able to see in the dark. I already can. But we're going to be able to see in the dark. And we're going to have to work off sonar. We're going to have to whistle and see how quick it bounces
Yeah.
back at us so we know where we are.
Just so we have a fighting chance.
We're going to become mole people because the entire top of Manhattan's going to be...
And all we want to do is
Fallout
get back
zone.
home. That's a comic right there. That's a comic idea.
It's been done, right? That we just got to get
Two
back
dudes
home?
visiting. Well, yeah, it's the same story, but it's two dudes visiting New York, and that happens, and they got to fight through the post-apocalyptic world to get back to Texas.
Well, there's
Fort
four of
Worth.
us. There's four of us. And we have no survival gear. We're going up there as tourists.
No, I know. We got to leave it all here.
No survival gear.
Yeah,
What do we do?
we just go. I mean, I don't know what the thing that's scary is we've pissed off so many countries right now, and we're on everyone's S list. See, I didn't cuss there, but I did earlier. I had an F-bomb. Anyway, I don't know where it would come from.
I don't know where it would come from either. Unless it's a dirty nuke. The way they do on the videos, they talk about it like being a dirty one. And it, like, it just being a small explosion. And you're supposed to go stand in the middle of the building and stay away from the windows. Go to the lowest floor if you can. If there's a basement, go in there and wait for emergency
I should watch
services
it.
to tell you what to do.
In case I get split up from y'all and this happens, I guess I better watch it, huh?
Yeah.
Because I'll just be like, is there a bar around here?
Most buildings have bars in them. Our hotel would
Well,
have a
good.
bar in them. A lot of those buildings go deep underground too, so we should be okay.
Good.
I don't know, man. It's dirty.
So what's gonna
Scary.
be the wave? Do you think with Thomas?
To wave it off?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. He'll want to run through this shit. He's played Fallout. He's like, I know
What's
what to
your-
do. I can make a mech armor.
Man, I never
Start-
finished BioShock. I mean, not BioShock. The game
Fallout?
Fallout. Yeah.
We just got to start collecting bottle caps so we can have
It's
use them
kinda
for
like-
currency.
You see those memes that's like Gen Xers? This is what we've trained for our whole life.
This is what we've Fallout.
Just all the stuff going on.
I can make a bolt gun.
Like when those Antifas were talking about going to the rural country, you're like, this is what we've all been waiting for.
How's that going? That was like 3 weeks ago. How many are still going?
I think we're worried about something else now. We're worried about COVID, and we're worried about our president. He's had a few slip ups since we've last talked.
Well, yeah, no one's. I don't know any small rural Texas towns that. You were just in one.
Yeah,
What
I was.
did Antifa attack you while you were there?
No. There were
Did
some
it-
people that looked like Antifa that I saw.
Did any of those people like fear being overran by Antifa in the town you were in?
No, I don't think it even came up.
No?
Honestly,
You didn't ask them.
we didn't even talk
Like,
about
man,
it.
I'm from the city. Man,
we
I
didn't
keep
have
hearing
a
that
YouTube
Antifa.
PSA where we did. You need to go to the center of the building.
Watch out for the brown round cloud that comes blowing in
Yeah,
and gets all around you
yeah. None of that happened,
of debris.
and had a great time too. By
Yeah.
the way,
Oh man,
did I say that on the show yet?
you haven't talked about it yet.
Oh yeah, I went down. Mandy and I went and visited some of her family that lives down south, off of Cedar Creek Lake, right? And they live on the lake,
Yeah.
and they got a really cool house. It's like this. Like the memorabilia is everywhere, and it's a lot of it's original, and it's like, whoa, man.
Like, so you're walking through a Hard Rock?
No, it's not as. It's more like this. It's like more
Okay.
like the rubber gloves back in the
yeah.
day.
The old,
Stuff like that.
Rubber gloves.
The rubber gloves,
When the ear was still hanging on the wall.
right?
Yeah.
But that's how they did their whole house, and it was freaking awesome, man. And the only thing that sucked was the heat.
They have a sex room?
I'm sure they did.
A new series on Netflix.
They threw me out
How to
because I
build a
threw up
sex
on
room.
their floor before I could see the sex room.
You threw up on their floor?
I did.
Matt.
Sorry. Sometimes I had a bucket, but it was while we were all watching a movie.
You're complaining about a fart coming through a window, a tray, and you're throwing up on someone's floor?
Man, I was overheated. I was exhausted. I had another heat stroke like the other night.
And you were overheated from what? Bowling?
No, bowling was the night before. I was fine that night. I was
Oh.
just drunk.
What made you overheated
One,
this day?
I was hungover.
Okay.
And then immediately woke up and started drinking again. Two, went and stayed out on the Cedar Creek Brewery porch for like 30 minutes. And then three, went to another bar that was on the edge of
Wait, for a whole 30 minutes?
yeah,
A whole 30 minutes?
yeah. It was brutal though. It was gosh darn brutal.
Well, it's 100 and... What was it, 108?
That lake is so far down too. It's crazy because you know how a lot of that lake has a retaining wall. So you see the normal level of the water, and it's way below. Some parts the retaining wall's on dry land.
You heard everybody in California is about to die, don't you?
Well, they say that every day.
Well, they're shutting down Lake Mead. No more
Yeah,
water
what
for
about
you.
why are they doing that?
It's so low. There are YouTube videos that are wild that these people are doing, and they're showing the water levels through the years because there's markers. And like, well, this was 2018, this is 2019, this is 2020.
Yeah.
And as they keep going, and it's like they're having to. I don't think they're letting boats on it anymore. But
too
there
dangerous.
for a while, it was
That's
like
the way it was
a
out there.
quarter mile.
You could see all these sand barges and stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's too dangerous to haul ass in a boat right now.
Lake, what's that? Hubbard Creek Lake that's out at Breckenridge. One year it got so low, me and my cousin walked all the way across it.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Like, we're just like, let's go out here and see how
Did you wish you had your
it
camera
gets.
then?
Yeah, and we never stopped touching, and we started coming back up, and we were about 100 yards from the other shore. We're like, well, maybe we should walk back.
Yeah.
That was very weird.
Yeah, bet.
Very, very weird.
That's the big news is the
heat.
And the ERCOT hosing us down.
And nukes going off in New York.
Nukes going off in New York.
July
Hopefully
15th
not.
is what they say. Is what everybody online is saying.
July 15th?
There's supposed to be an event in New York on July 15th, which is Friday. So we'll know by then.
Why is everybody saying that?
There's some symbolism in that video that points to July 15th, 2022.
Oh, okay. They've already deconstructed the whole thing like 30 times.
They've deconned it. Yeah.
Well, when you really know if it's a big threat is when they say they're going to practice something. Like, we're going to do a practice drill.
That's what
if they do
I'm
that
taking
on the 15th,
this video
then
as.
I'd be like, uh-oh.
That's what I'm taking this video as.
Yeah, it's scary stuff. Maybe
Because they
should
were
cancel.
practicing a terrorist attack on 9/11.
Yep. Some crazy stuff out there, man.
We'll see what happens.
An untorn or burned up passport. Just nicely preserved.
Okay, let's play scenario fun game. Okay, earlier we pretended like we were in the Star Wars universe. Where
Now
would we
we're gonna-
be when we would actually
a while ago,
in the
we were-
Star Wars
A while
universe?
ago, we were moles.
We'd
Or
probably
what was it?
mole people.
Mole
Well, this is
people?
going back to the mole people.
Okay.
Something happens in New York. So say another 9/11 event happens while we're up there, like a building goes down.
It might take us forever to get out.
We're gonna have to figure out how to get out and how to get somewhere else in order to get home.
Yeah, and we got no weaponry.
Because a lot of people walked bridges, a lot of people walked tunnels to get out of Manhattan. This is the first time I'm staying in Manhattan without a safe space. That went through my head last night when I watched this. I was like, at least the last few times, I always felt like I had a home base to go to. And you always have a way to disconnect. There is when you leave Manhattan to go into Brooklyn, there's a disconnect. You're
debriefing. You're like,
you're kind of like, I'm out of the city, and I feel okay, and I feel kind of safer away from it. It's all a mental thing. It's all placebo effect. It's all just BS. But
kind of freaking me out, man.
I could sit on their front porch and look at the city and be like, okay, yeah, it's right over there.
Yeah.
And then you gear up in the morning, get all your shit, and be like, all right, we're going to get the train, and we're going in. And even though we're 2 stops from going in, 3 stops, something like that, 2 stops,
It's division time.
It's going to come fucking division time. And we're going to have to be a 4-man posse. We're going to have to go back to back, walking through there. I've been watching that Terminal List on...
Hopefully we won't be hungover.
You want to watch a show that's got it right?
Terminal List? I started that.
Okay,
I started that and really like it. I've only gotten like halfway because I knew that... Because Mandy fell asleep and I knew that if I continued to watch it, then like it was that good.
Pratt's got it right, man. That's a really... How we used to always bitch about
Those
Walking
the deep
Dead.
fakes are real.
But The Walking Dead, how we used to always bitch about
Shell casings.
there's
and
no
muzzle,
shells,
muzzle
no one's
burst.
shooting the gun right. Everybody's one-arming a
Yeah.
fucking AR and just being like, pow, 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 pow. It's not real life. He's doing shit real life.
Yeah.
And as you get later in episodes, he's doing the whole tuck and hold. like you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he does shit right. They trained him right for that.
You wanna get pissed off, dude? Go watch Lone Survivor again now. That'll piss you off.
Like in what way? That it's not
Because
realistic?
since then we've had the botch at Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So it just and all that military equipment that just got left to the Taliban.
It's just rifles, no big deal. It's just guns.
Yeah.
No big deal.
It's insane. It's insane. Just a few helicopters.
It's old generation night
Old
vision.
generation,
No
yeah.
big deal.
And no big deal.
I mean, we've replaced all that.
Yeah.
Old generation comms.
Yeah, just
No
that
biggie.
was the 5 generation night vision that we had.
Yeah. It's all shit you can buy at Omaha Surplus
Yeah.
in Fort Worth. No big deal.
So basically we armed we've just armed them completely, right?
Mhm.
Oh, while we're talking about New York too. Oh, were you running down in a scenario or something? Do I need to start writing this down, putting notes down?
Just, we're going to have to, my idea,
The Gen Xers all say, this is what we've trained for.
we don't want to go east because you don't want to you don't want to go towards Queens and you don't want to go out
Nope.
that way. There's no reason for us to go to the Hamptons. We're not going to get saved out in the Hamptons. All the rich people are going to be gone. We're going to have to go west, which means we're going to have to go into New Jersey.
Mhm.
But you know what happens in New Jersey?
We stop and get pizza.
There's the Cake Boss, and then there's the Real Housewives in New Jersey,
They'll let us in.
and Mob Connections, the Sopranos.
And they'll like us.
They'll get us. They'll
Yeah.
like us. So we gotta go. We gotta make our way. We can go to Red Bank and find Kevin Smith. We can go hang out at the Quick Stop
Yeah, and I can
And
tell them
repack.
all my comic ideas.
because I'm assured the Quick Stop will be open. Which, did you see the trailer for Clerks 3?
No, I heard about it, but I haven't seen the trailer yet.
We'll watch it here in a little bit. But then we have to figure out a way, like, to get back here.
Yeah, that's the mission.
So I've got a book in there that tells me how to hotwire just about any modern car.
Yeah,
So we're gonna figure this out.
yeah. I'll start studying now. Gen X. This is what we've trained for.
We're gonna have to steal guns. We're gonna have to break in somewhere. New Jersey has guns. New York doesn't. Supposedly. We're gonna figure this out. This is not gonna be fun.
Probably take us a while too.
I would pack some paracord, some fire starter kits. I'm gonna pack a bag, RoboTuner. I'm going to take a.
You might not be able to take starter kits on a plane.
You can store them. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to. If I'm taking stuff up there with the intent of shooting Rage Against the Machine, the show, if it happens, I'm gonna have to check a bag. And if I check a bag, we can all put knives in there.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Did you see that video of the bodega that got freaking the guy was like robbing the place or something, and they got in a fight, and then the dude the guy the store owner or the guy that worked there stabbed him in the neck and he died, and now that store clerk or the owner, the dude that stabbed him, is getting charged with murder.
Really?
Yeah.
Because for protecting himself
His business, yeah.
and his business.
Exactly. Have you not seen that video
I
yet?
haven't seen it.
Yeah, don't watch it now because it'll stop us down for like
Yeah.
20
No,
minutes.
I'll go find it later.
But when you see the video, you're like, what in the heck? They're going to go after him? I'm like,
he's protecting his joint. Speaking of joints,
yes.
I mean those are available up there. We'll probably if we need things to survive, we're probably gonna have to go by a dispensary.
Yeah. I'm going to go find that girl in the show about the two girls, Broad City. I'm going to go find that girl.
The one you've been in love with forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't think about
Say,
this,
hey,
and I'm
can we
kind of
have one of your
disappointed
joints?
that no one in the chat room brought it up. But we have an out. The Hotel Continental.
Yeah.
we just go in there and we check in. That's a safe spot. No one can hurt us. We can't hurt anybody in there.
No, we play Parcheesi.
And we'll wait around for John Wick to show up and just have him take us home.
I feel like John Wick would show up.
At the Hotel Continental?
Yeah. Let's go, guys.
You know, he just roams around New York in a subway. Or an F1 track. Like he did last weekend.
So pro, man.
Are people tired of us talking Formula One? I mean, we're getting a lot of traction
I
on it.
don't care, man.
We're getting links sent to us. We're getting messages
I
sent
don't
to
care.
us. We're getting people
I'm
being
all
like,
in this thing.
I got a message on Sunday morning. I'm up at 7:30 this morning because of you assholes.
Yeah. Well, dude, I want to go to that bar now.
I do too. We
Go
found
hang
out
out with
there is a
fellow F1ers.
Fort Worth.
That's where we should launch our podcast show so we can travel the world.
That is it. We the pub, Culligan Pub, on White Settlement Road, right there where right by Omaha,
just playing,
has a Formula One breakfast club that meets there for every race.
Awesome.
And they're going to meet back because we're on a break right now.
It's 2 weeks, right?
In 2 weeks, they'll be in France for the French Grand Prix, and we can I don't know. I don't speak
Grand
French.
Prix.
Grand Prix.
Prix.
Grand Prix.
Hill.
But we can go over there and hang out, and I kind of want to go and just see what's going on. They said Haas represented big time this past week. Like, they're all seeing who shows up in gear and stuff.
Man, I can't help but get into this Ferrari team. Like, those drivers look good, man.
Like, you want to touch them in the bad spots?
I just think that they're going to be
round?
in it. I think Leclerc is going to go all the way, and with Hamilton and Verstappen. I think Hamilton's starting to.
I don't like Leclerc.
He's cocky.
I don't like him.
He's cocky.
I just don't like him.
He's a cocky dude.
His cocky is different from the way Max was last year. I liked Max cockiness because it's Dutch.
They're all cocky.
Well, you got to be. But then they're all good buddies when they get off the track, except for, you know what I love? I love at the end of the race now, they've gone back to showing the little post-race room where everybody's cooling off and they're all hanging out and they're chilling. They're talking about the race stuff.
And you can see who gets the cold shoulder and who doesn't. That's genius.
Yeah, Max and Lewis don't converse too much. But then Lewis is like Superman. Did you notice? He is he exits, weighs in, goes into the room for half a second, and then is on the podium in completely different clothes.
He's a pro. That whole team's pro.
So I had to look into his personal assistant and
you
figure
did?
out this story. That's what I spent
seeing how quick Lewis Hamilton can change.
Sunday. Well, his relationship with her.
It's a good one, I take it.
They have a very good working relationship that is turned into a relationship.
Love relationship.
She was her name's Angela Cullen. So she's one of the Cullens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's a vampire, but we don't know. She has a cousin named Edward. It's weird.
Team Edward? What was the other one? Joey? Team Edward or Team Joey? No, Joey was whoa.
Jacob?
Team John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt?
He's the one that turned the werewolf, is Jacob? I don't know.
I can't remember either.
They just sparkle
Team
in
Eddie?
sunlight and it was stupid.
No, it's Eddie. Right?
Team Edward, because it was Edward Cullen was the vampire.
I didn't pay attention in those movies
turned
much.
into
I just
Batman.
liked how it turned on whoever I was with.
And then I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember Twilight.
I don't either. Did you? How many are there now?
I don't know. 8?
What about that Shades of Grey movie? How many are
There's
those
like
now?
13 of those, right? Like it's just come straight line porn.
That's
Well,
all right.
like I said, on Netflix, there's now a show called How to Build a
The
Sex Room.
bed. Oh, I thought it was a sex bed.
A
Oh
sex
yeah,
room.
a room. That's
A
right.
sex room. So anyway, the little white blonde haired girl that runs around with Lewis Hamilton that you see beside him became his.
I follow him on Instagram. So.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
She's a high performance coach. And she helped him through a bunch of trauma he had back in 2016, 2017. Well, one of his friends died. I can't remember the guy's name. But she's
Was
helped
that
him
the F2
through
driver?
a lot of stuff.
While he was on the track, he was.
Yeah, I think so. But she has helped him through all sorts of mental and anguish and stuff, and is by his side everywhere and helps him out with everything.
He's an intense guy.
And they
man.
share a
I
dog.
can imagine he needs anything he can get to stay calm like he is. Because
So
you can
what
tell
I'm
he's
saying-
high wired, but you can tell he's intense. But he's got to keep that intensity, contained a little bit. And she's probably good for that, I bet.
So
Oh,
what I'm saying is that everybody that thinks is all in love with Lewis Hamilton and thinks they have a chance with him, he's off the market.
oh,
That's the way it seems.
sorry, y'all.
But the race this week was great. It was fun. Red Bull Ring.
I fell asleep.
The one thing I don't understand is they have the Dutch stands right in front of the giant bull
Man.
statue,
Yeah,
and they fire off all that orange smoke, and you can't see the
Can't see
first
anything.
3 laps of the race, and then you can't see the last 3 laps of the race.
yeah.
That is so much smoke. How do people not just pass out or get asphyxiated by all that orange smoke?
I don't know. And
And
when
you
does it
can't do
become
that here,
dangerous
right?
when does it become dangerous for the race?
They love it.
Yeah,
They
I
love
know.
racing through it.
Yeah,
They think it's great.
it's cool.
Yeah. Even
'Cause
Max
it-
said, no, that's fun. I like racing through the smoke. It's cool. Because I asked him, he came in second and was like, they were popping all the orange smoke. He's like, oh, I love when they pop the orange smoke. It's fun to drive through. It's great.
Yeah. It's very Euro party.
That's where they were in Austria. I'd like to go see that track.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. One day.
My track wish list is growing.
Is it? You want to go to Brazil now?
That's a cool track as far as the game goes. That's a cool
That's
track.
a weird track.
It is weird.
That's a weird track. The only track I think I could care less about is the Canadian Grand
I don't
Prix.
like the tracks that
I don't like
exit
going to-
left.
Montreal.
That bugs me. I like exiting right, not left.
Well, Canada is just straight. If you
Yeah.
don't turn, you go straight into the
Mhm.
pit.
That's cool too.
Is it?
But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's the left one that bugs me, man. I can't. I get anxiety about it, especially when it's on a turn.
Yeah.
I hate that. Right one's no big deal.
What about
Go hard.
Silverstone, where you go underground and then come
That's
back
cool.
out? Then
Yeah,
climb
that's
out.
cool.
That's kind of cool, right? I got into a huge conversation this week with some people in the know.
You didn't say who won
This
the
weekend.
race
Oh, Leclerc did.
and who came in third.
Lewis and Max second. That was a
Yeah.
good lineup. I would
Was
like
a
to
good-
see if those three want to change it up. Maybe
They
throw
probably are, man.
Leclerc in third a few times.
I bet that's
How'd
what
you
we're
like
about to
it?
watch.
Did you watch?
the next half of the season? I bet that's what we're gonna see.
Did you watch Sainz go off the road
Yeah.
and
Saw
his
that.
car catch on fire and him freaking out?
No, I saw the highlight of that.
Yeah, the engine blew and started spraying gasoline everywhere, and then it caught on fire. And he's trying to get out, and they're trying to chalk it because he parked it off the track on a hill, and it's just rolling backwards as he's trying to climb out. And he starts climbing out, then he has to hit the brake, and he starts climbing out as the whole thing is just burning
That's
behind
crazy.
him.
Have you watched that Shoemaker yet?
Yeah.
Or Schumacher, I guess.
Yeah,
Sorry, is the correct way to say it?
I
Did you? Isn't that cool seeing how the technology's changed so much? And like when they have that first crash, and everybody's just silent. The guys get out of their car and stuff. That's the thing that could happen any week in this sport. In any week. I mean,
any
it could happen to
motorsport,
you driving down the road, probably more than likely than
any motorsport where you're going insane speeds at the that they are doing.
So cool.
And you pull those G-forces. Yeah.
It's so cool.
What if you didn't do your neck exercises for that off season?
Man, I bet they do those. The ones that Joe Rogan does, what he puts it on his head for his jiu-jitsu and stuff, strengthen his
Have you
neck.
not watched it on Drive to Survive? They show it.
Yeah.
Laying on the edge of the bed with the rubber, what do you call it? Those resistance bands around their head.
We need to get to where we're the guys that go around in a double-seated F1 car. Be the honorary, what are those? The honorary race chief or whatever?
Yeah, we can work our way into that. I'm sure that line is short. Every track. I tried to, the day...
our weekly awards. Say, hey,
when
got some weekly awards.
When Mario was here, Mario Andretti for Indy, and he was driving the double car, I tried to weasel my way in there. I tried to get him to take me out for a lap. I talked to him for like an hour and a half because we had a weird delay with it raining, and then they needed to clear the track, and it got super hot and humid, and he just bitched about Texas and the heat and the humidity. How do we live here? I was like, listen, you little Italian. Italy's not that cool. I've been to Rome. It's hot.
Man, you really want us to get swatted, don't you?
For what? Yelling at Mario Andretti?
Yes. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that, by the way. I thought you were going to go with we're still traveling through New Jersey.
And we see Mario Andretti?
Yeah, it just the story was going to continue, I thought.
Dude, if we go to New Jersey, we just go to Bon Jovi's house. Fuck you, Bon Jovi. We're coming over.
No, fuck you. We can't do that, remember? We weren't supposed to do that.
What? I'm just telling him we're coming over.
That'd be weird. Bon Jovi's like, hey, guys, y'all coming in.
So anyway, I was talking to some people in the know this weekend, that have some pretty close connections, and the fear of losing Coda is getting very, very grim.
Yeah, because of Vegas and Miami. But it's such a cool track.
And their argument was also Mexico, but Mexico City's always been there, so I don't know what the big deal is. It's not a brand new track.
Is it just not selling like it?
No, it's selling.
Then what's the problem?
Our fucking state and our Wheels of Steel and
what's he
all
trying to
those
do?
Dumbasses. It was the whole legislation session last season when they were supposed to... Okay, so they agreed to... When Coda was built, they agreed that the Formula One would come here for 10 years. And then they had to do another bill down in Texas, or down at the Capitol, to agree on them coming for another set amount of years.
Okay.
But this past year is when Abbott pulled all his stupid bullshit, and all the Democrats took off to Washington to hide.
So
and
they
that
couldn't get
hotel or
anything
whatever,
done?
they couldn't get anything done. So the whole agreement for Formula One coming to Texas
It's still up in the air.
Is in the air. And Formula One said, hey, we will call it cool because of the last few years, what's happened with COVID and everything, and we'll come for 2022. They may not be here for 2023. They may not be here ever again.
Dang. Well,
so
I'm not a big fan of the dude anyway, so you just made it worse.
Yeah. Everybody's bitching about abortion rights and everything, and I'm bitching about Formula One leaving Texas.
I don't...
Is that not a good comparison between the two?
We're probably going to get an email on that one.
Jokes, guys, jokes. Jesus.
Delete that one with the SWAT one.
The SWAT one.
At the same time.
If you don't like the jokes, go to buy shit on Prime Day, assholes.
I actually do need to.
Take a look at it. Yeah. The James Webb images came out today.
Oh my gosh. Mind-changing.
Blowing. It's insane.
It hurts your brain.
It does. And then you go, like they released the one last night, and they said that it's like holding a grain of sand at arm's length against the sky is all that's in that image. And you're like, Jesus, look at all those.
Yeah.
And that's just that much way out there. And now they released that stuff today, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's getting wild. That's why I hope there is no nuclear holocaust starting in May 15th, because I'd like to see some of this cool ass
15th.
space shit. Can't even
That's
cuss
going
right
on.
tonight. I want to see some of that. You know,
Well, and I want to see season 3 of The Mandalorian. So I don't want this to happen either.
yeah.
I got to know how this how
I've
this
got
works
to
out
finish one season of Formula One before.
on the game.
Yes, I'm not making the transition until I wait. That sounded weird too.
Have you gone?
I'm not gonna go to 2022 until I'm done with the 21 season completely and I only have like 3 more races. So
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah.
good. Have you not won it already?
yeah.
You
Oh
have?
no, I thought I did, but they didn't make a big deal out of it.
Did you win the Constructors Cup? It's like no big deal.
That's what I want, I think.
The Constructors Cup
And there's still like 2 or 3 races.
for the championship.
I'm on Brazil. Yeah, and then I imagine I'm probably go to the Middle East after that.
It's
to-
the back-to-back Middle East
Yeah,
because you end in
Bahrain, and
You do Bahrain, then you do Abu Dhabi's the last.
those are fun too.
Abu Dhabi's so awesome.
That might be one of the places I would go to see a race.
Hell
Like,
yeah!
It
They
would
used
be
to always
so
go
hard
on
to
there
pick.
on Top Gear. They used to always go out there,
Yeah,
and that's where little Richard Hammond drove the Porsche 918,
yeah.
that electric one with the flames on it. I was like, I want to go that track.
You know
looks
what's
so good.
funny? Talking about cool ass cars. There's this red Audi that's over there by Division Brewing and all that. It's where Center crosses.
The R8,
Huh?
the Audi R8.
No, it's not a big, amazing, fancy one. It's just like one of their probably the mid-level sedan.
Oh, okay. Because there's
Uh,
an R8 that runs around that area.
Well, this dude or girl or whatever drives it, has like a tent that they put up over the car while it's parked. It's it looks like an umbrella's put on it around the whole car. So I guess kept from keeping the sun damaging it.
I know a spot in Fort Worth I'm not allowed to disclose, but it's a garage where they
There's
play.
a goat. No.
No, there's a garage in Fort Worth. I'm not going to disclose where it is. Some
You wear
people may know where
boots?
it is, but it is carpeted. All the lighting is chandeliers, and
Yes.
soft music plays.
Dun, 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 dun,
To-
dun, dun, dun.
$1 million vehicles. Sits right in the middle of Fort Worth. Walked in there one day and was like, where am I? Why, what is this? What's going on here?
And then they're like, "Oh, that's Dustin. He's from the Jerry Jonestown Massacre. He's cool."
Well, then they showed me to my little area I needed to get to for work, and I walked by a 918 and was like, I didn't know one of these were sitting in Fort Worth, period. And it's just sitting here charging. But
That's crazy.
The garage was insane. I can't even tell you. I don't even know what the Ferraris were that were sitting in there. I have no idea what they were.
Man,
And that crazy electric McLaren was in there, and
you think it was all from one owner, or was it several people storing their cars there?
it's several people that live in that particular building that store their stuff in there.
Man, that's
And
cool.
there's like G-Wagons in there and Mercedes and stuff,
Yeah, it wasn't all
cars and stuff. It wasn't
exotic
just
sports
all
cars.
screaming sports cars or supercars.
The supercar.
There was a
But they now don't they have the ultra cars?
hyper. It
Hypercars?
goes sports car, supercar, hypercar. I think it's the stages. Because the Veyron is a hypercar, I think.
And that's the top.
Depends.
Wow.
I don't think it's the top. It takes too long to get up to that top speed.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's a pretty neat little joint. We'll have to break in there one day and go look at it.
Yeah, let's do that.
What's all this spooge on all these vehicles in here? Did a bird get in here?
Good gosh, man.
Have you gone through the James Webb Images, the website yet? And looked at all
No,
the
I just saw the
pictures?
ones that they were posting all over social media.
The way they break it down is pretty badass. It's pretty awesome. Really, really cool. The way they show how they do it and the infrared version of the photos, and then them
I'm hoping they'll
compiling
do a Netflix
how many.
something about it.
Is that becoming common man spoon information into your brain way of absorbing things?
That's how I learned a lot about SpaceX. Is I've actually Instagram and YouTube and
we just that's neat that these pictures are cool. I'll just wait for the
the Netflix series.
the series to come out so I can just binge it.
I
all
mean,
at
when we
once.
go to Mars, that's what I'm going to do.
Just watch the Netflix series.
Just watch the next. I'll watch.
Speaking of going
it's
to
too
Mars-
hot. It's too hot. It's like 110 degrees out here. I'm not doing this.
For All Mankind on Apple Plus,
Yeah,
the greatest show ever.
I don't have that, man.
That's the
I
one
gotta
where
hack someone's account.
the Russians beat us to the moon, and then it becomes who's going to set up on the moon, and then in their timeline, which really threw me off because there was a whole scene about this. Mid-90s, we were supposed to be on our way to Mars. If the space program had kept, and Obama didn't try to kill it, and everybody else tried to kill it like they did. But there's a whole scene in there where they're playing, like they're cruising through space and the ship's cruising, you know? And one of the girls on there, there's 3 ships racing. The Russians, the U.S., and then a private entity are all racing to Mars. See who can get there first and be the first to Mars. And the girl on the on NASA's, the U.S. ship, she's broadcasting music to the other ships. She's being space pirate radio. But there's a whole scene where they're showing all the ships and everything, and they're playing Possum Kingdom.
Really?
I was like, oh, that's pretty tight. Pretty cool. I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, really? Out of
Didn't we
nowhere.
think we saw it? Not to go back to Formula One. Didn't we think we saw a Toadies tattoo on one of the guys working in the garage?
Yeah, it's in Drive to
One of
Survive.
the first season, isn't it?
First season, I think. Yeah, he had a Toadies.
It's cool.
Which one of the McLaren
Folk
engineers, one of the big McLaren engineers that worked with them forever, lives in Colleyville. Wow, right by Dave.
Wonder if he could get us a gig doing a F1 podcast
I'm gonna
on the little edgy side.
I'm gonna tell you something after the show. We're gonna see if this is gonna work or not. We're just gonna see.
All right.
What else do I have on here? You ever heard of the Bigfoot defense?
No.
You never have.
Dustin, happy Tuesday.
Oh, that's another thing about where I was at. Gun Barrel City.
A lot
Big
of Bigfoot.
into the Bigfoot. A lot of
Into
Bigfoot
Bigfoot?
hunters out there.
Matt, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Bigfoot.
Now I'm not talking about that Bigfoot. In his defense,
I gotta watch. I can't lean back because I'll have a nip slip.
your nips will fall out. So, Dateline.
Would you look it off me?
Pontotoc County, Oklahoma.
Yes.
2 buddies are out fishing. They're not just fishing, they're noodling. Sticking their arms in holes where they shouldn't
I heard
go.
the story.
And in the middle of their noodling, one of the friends, that was 53-year-old gentleman, began striking and strangling his buddy and killed him. Well,
This is not the story I thought I heard, by the way.
the police department arrested him and asked him what the hell was going on. And I'm going to read this as it says here in
This
this
is a
story.
believe it or not skit here.
He said the man that died, appeared to be under the influence of something, the killer told authorities. His friend had summoned Bigfoot to come and kill him, and that's why he had to kill his friend.
Wow. Wow.
So they're out noodling, having fun.
On meth.
That is pure meth, right?
Yeah, that's got to be.
Pure meth.
Yeah.
I just want to know if he got a big catfish on his arm and then just started slugging it across his friend's face.
And they just fought, lost their shit.
Yeah, lost their shit. And they're just swinging catfish at each other.
Catfish fight, man.
And then
That'd
one
be
of them,
brutal.
like threw the catfish off his arm because he
I'm
saw
gonna go get a carp.
a giant alligator gar and chunked it at his friend. Barely missed him as he rolled and went to the left. And they're all splashing around the river.
And then you got the
looking
street,
for other
the,
fish to
the
use.
street carps.
Well, you
The gangs, the street carp gang.
You never mix infrastructure and fish
Never.
together.
That's asking for it.
You're asking for it. Once you do that, it's over.
That's right.
The street carp enters the picture,
It's over.
and the guy died. And thus said that he was under the influence of something and summoned a Bigfoot to kill him. That influence is called methamphetamines.
Exactly.
This is why you don't do meth, guys. Kids, don't do meth.
I tell you what.
Don't fart in your
Did you see the
checkout box.
I think I saw this on Twitter. It might have been Instagram. There was a lady that was digging in a dirt pile, like in weeds that high, next to a trailer. And this girl's like, "Okay, what's going on here? What's going on?" And goes over and talks to her, and it's the same. She's like, "I work for the FBI. I'm actually looking for a drive shaft." And she started talking about it's hard to see him because of all these wires. And she was like on her belly.
A drive shaft.
Yeah. And she was on her belly, like just picking through the grass. And then she was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I work over in county so-and-so. Yeah, I'm a detective. I'm FBI." And then she goes into this weird story about how she's looking for some drive shaft in this dirt pile because she's like buried. There's high weeds all around. It's like the lady thought she was a zombie or something at first. Actually, it sounds like the girl knew that videoed it, knew exactly what was going on because she had seen it 100 times probably by
Bath
that
salts.
lady. Yeah. No, it was meth.
Meth.
Yeah, you could totally tell it was meth. There's a lot of meth right now going into the Midwest.
Midwest. There's
Everywhere.
There's a lot of meth going on right outside of DFW. We were talking about this. You start going out towards some of these small towns. You start taking 199 up towards Jacksboro.
Yeah, you got that twitchy uncle
And
at every bar.
You start taking 20.
Yeah.
Not 20. Highway 80 outside of Mineral Wells.
Gets nasty out there some places.
Man, I've heard Breckenridge is terrible with it. Abilene's really bad with it. Cisco.
Bad stuff.
Yeah, you don't.
That's
wanna
a
get messed
band
up with
killer.
it.
When someone's either like you can get away with a lot of drugs and being a band, but how many times have we had a problem with one of those two drugs and shit just end up missing?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and those are the deal killers.
Yeah.
Like
It's
man,
not the stealing
you
stuff.
can
it's
smoke
just-
crack if you want to. Just don't get on meth or heroin.
Yeah, meth
I'm
and
kidding.
heroin.
I'm kidding. We don't want a crackhead
No.
in a band either.
They're just hard
Bad
to
stuff.
Crackheads are hard to work with.
They are.
They're difficult to work
Yeah,
with.
they take several breaks.
Yeah. Where are we at? Hour and a half. We got some shows coming up. I got these on the list. Skipping over stuff because I had all this stuff ready for the band. They didn't make it in. Tomorrow night at Mass, or today if you're downloading it, it's Wednesday night, the July 13th. At Mass is a band called Chant. Now, the last time we saw Chant was opening for KMFDM.
Yep.
And our buddy we
corresponded
that
with him
night,
some.
and we go back and forth. I still go back and forth with Bradley Bills. Bradley Bills, this is his band. They're out of Austin. Badass industrial band. Have gone through some shit. Was supposed to go on tour with KMFDM and Ministry this go around, and the Kim Lab or whoever it was, Frontline Assembly, was supposed to be a part of that bill, but all that fell apart. And so I think he was waiting to see what KMFDM was going to do, but has hit the road on his own, or with his band. They're doing their own thing, but they will be at Mass tomorrow night and going. There's
Yeah,
no
that'd
ifs,
be
ands, or
cool.
buts. And a badass industrial band at Mass,
Yeah.
that's going to be awesome. It's going to be really, really cool.
What time are doors on that one?
I think like 7.
Mm.
I can look it up real quick, but the bill is small, so you may be out of there by 10.
True. It doesn't take too long to get out.
No. You just walk out the door on the side and you're out. That's all there is to it.
That's a good one, kids. You should go to that one.
I'm trying to find it here. I can't find it. Main at south side.
I bet it's 7.
You think it's at 7?
Or 8.
Stone Burner with Chant, Apparatus, Terravoid, and Complex. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, what just happened? I lie.
He lies.
It just changed.
Uh-oh, they changed the bill?
Uh-huh.
More bands on it?
I don't know what's going on now.
Okay. Well,
Now it says Saturday, July 16th. It was supposed to be tomorrow.
it happens.
Oh, and it says this event was canceled. Well, fuck me and my goat ass. And that deep down brown round goat ass. What the hell?
Good gosh, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, I was all excited that I was going to get to wear my pants.
Your pants. Because you don't ever get to wear your pants.
I'm going to have to send this motherfucker a questionnaire and be... I think they got sick.
There's a lot of the vid.
That's what it is, yeah.
Vid's making a comeback.
So are they doing that? Are we tracing September what happened? But on behalf of all of us, we're so frustrated. Sorry for those looking around. Oh, they just sent this out late last night. Feeling tired of horse off. Yeah, they got a bunch of them got COVID. Well, motherfuck my brown round goat ass.
For a second time.
Damn
Right?
it! I was hoping to see them.
Yeah. Well, we'll catch them in a couple weeks. Or actually, it got canceled. They didn't postpone it. Right?
I don't know. I'll send you a message.
All right.
Like, man, I was gonna shoot you.
And make sure you bring up the anal assault that's happened by the goat.
God damn it. A show that I wish was canceled, but it's not. No, I'm just kidding.
Sounds like I Was Once Eaten show. We got it, man. Hopefully we get canceled.
We gotta play this show. Do we really?
Last time they paid us with corn dogs
and wet pussy shots.
And wet pussy shots.
Yeah.
I've still got PTSD from that.
Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to play there. Do we have to play there?
I don't know. Maybe
Remember those days were fun.
Maybe somebody will get COVID.
But the only show that Spectacle has ever said, "What the fuck are we doing this show?" was when Brain Dead Brewing. They did their metal show there, and there was that metal podcast. I can't remember what they're called.
There's a metal podcast in DFW?
Yeah.
Are they good?
They're not funny.
Well, I don't think if you have a metal show, you're not really trying to be funny. I don't think, right?
I can't remember the name of them, but they asked us to come play, and we're like, "Yeah, we'll come play." You know, it was going to be on our practice night anyway, Thursday night at Brain Dead Brewing. And we're like, "All right, so you need the stage layout for how we set up or what?" And they're like, "Oh no, y'all are just going to set up on the sidewalk here in front of Brain Dead Brewing and play."
Literally in front of it.
Literally in front of it. And I was like, are we playing to cars passing by? Like, what the fuck is this? I'm not doing that. And all of us, when we found that out, we were packing up stuff at the studio.
You just turned right around?
And we just looked at each other like, and it was literally, nah, and just started putting shit back up. We're like, we're not going to this.
You should have TikToked that.
And we were all like, and it was hilarious. Like, Andy's putting his drums in the case, and we all just kind of, nah.
Set it up, boys.
Set it back up. We're not going anywhere. This ain't happening.
Oh,
It was like to the T. It was pretty awesome. Like, no. And then we called, and I think I was the excuse. that I got called into work and we weren't gonna be able to play it. We'll play without your bass player. Bass player's not important anyway. You're not gonna be able to hear him out on the street. Oh, but then it was like, yeah, okay, no, we don't give a shit about that place. And I think like we had the 2 Curtain Club shows lined up after that too. So it was like, we can miss an Ellum show. And then, Thursday, Deep Ellum. This is the 14th, Thursday, the 14th. Because today's
got
the
a pube
12th.
in my mouth.
What? Are you Larry David?
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting the Uncle Toasty
What
show.
season was that?
I just started because I wanted to go back to when Larry and Leon meet.
Yeah.
And
It's right around there.
it's season 6 is when
They meet.
the second episode.
Does he have the
He
pube stuck in his throat
he
yet?
accuses him of jizzing on the blanket.
Then the reason they meet is because Cheryl wanted to take in a family from New Orleans,
Yeah.
right after Katrina.
Well, it was like that. I don't think it was Katrina, was it?
I thought it was Katrina,
It might be.
or maybe they just said it was a hurricane, and we got to take in a refugee family. And Liam was like, "No, we moving up in this shit."
So awesome.
It's so great. But I can't remember the season where he just randomly, you're going along watching a show, and he'll just stop down and go,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's like, you're like, what is going on? And he's like, I got a pubic hair stuck in my throat. Because he blames it on Cheryl. She won't trim down or shave, so he's going
Yeah.
the entire season, and finally it pops out on a nun's.
I don't think it's
robe.
the 6th season. Is it that happens?
I don't know, man. I gotta go watch.
This is when his wife starts flirting with Ted Danson.
And finally leaves. Is that when he? When does he want to? When does he try to have sex with what's her name through the sheet with a hole?
I can't remember.
I've got it here. Da, 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 da. No, it's all 2002. So whatever season that was.
Gotcha.
All right, so no chant tomorrow night.
No
but
chance.
on Thursday, you can come see Uncle Toasty play a show with Wine Lips at Three Links.
It's always a good venue to see a rock show out.
Three Links. And a great venue, good fun. For some reason, we're headlining that night.
I'm going to be out late.
Yeah, it's late on a school night. I don't understand why we're headlining over the national bands, but whatever. Come out, have fun. Wine Lips pretty good.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fine, too. Everybody will hang out.
You think they will?
Yeah.
I don't
It's a
know.
cool scene, man. Everybody likes hanging out at Three Links.
You know, I mean, bullets do fly when it gets later there.
Yeah, I know.
But you're close to Baylor. It's right around the
Yeah.
corner. It's not
True.
far. So if something happens, you're right there by Baylor. Can you dance at Baylor
Dance?
Hospital? Yeah. Does that allow you to drink at Baylor Hospital?
No.
No. Okay.
No, they're not down with the
Not
drinking.
down with that. And then Saturday, you and I are going to a show.
I am?
Yeah. Billy Howardell.
I am?
You wanted to go.
I did?
I put you down for this.
I thought that was the one that Shauna wanted to go to.
No. This is the one you wanted to go. You said you wanted to go to all three of these that Monica gave me.
This Saturday?
This is the guitarist from Perfect Circle
Yeah.
at the new venue at the Echo Lounge.
All right. I got to get a sitter.
The new Mark Cuban
Oh,
venue
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
right next to the Mavericks
Yeah.
headquarters.
I got you now.
We
I
can
know
go
what
over
you're
there
talking
and see some of the Mavericks girls and then go over to the show.
So we are working that one? Going to
Mhm.
be working it?
We're going to be working it.
Yeah.
And if it sucks, we're out.
Yeah, we'll go to Three Links.
3 songs and out. Why would we go back to 3 Links? That's on a Saturday. You're probably going to get shot at 3 Links on a Saturday. This day and age. I mean, let's be honest.
Not nuked.
Not nuked. We're
Just
either
shot.
going to get nuked or shot. The chances of us being involved in one of those two incidents are pretty
Increased.
high.
They've increased a lot in
They've
the last
increased
few
a lot.
weeks.
I need to, I don't know if these are on sale during Prime Day, but I need to get my iodine tablets. Maybe I'll hit up Alex Jones.
Some iodine tablets.
Yeah, just in
Heck
case
yeah.
we get nuked. I can live through it. You have a decision to make.
About what?
A dirty bomb goes off in New York City. Okay? We're there.
I thought this was going to lead into Pussifer.
It could. Pussifer's playing right down the street.
At
There we go.
Mass,
There's your,
because they listened to us.
Yeah.
Remember? We
we told him
introduced
to go to Mass.
Hey, why don't you guys play Fort Worth at Mass?
Hey, he got close.
He did.
We said, hey, Maynard, why don't you come to Fort Worth again? You did
I've
that
gotta
with
be
Tool
over
that
here
time.
at
Why don't you go to
SMU.
Fort Worth?
Nobody likes SMU.
So back to my scenario before we talk about the show. Dirty bomb goes off. You figure it's a couple of blocks. You don't know if you're contaminated or not. Did he just say fuck it and run in there and be like, well, I don't know if I am or not. It was right there just a couple of blocks away. It
There's a
probably got
movie
me.
like that where a guy's
Silkwood?
is it where the dude's like there's a screen door like and like a husband and wife or
On a submarine?
or a no
Oh.
no, this is a serious movie that I saw. It's pretty good too if I remember right.
There's a screen door and he doesn't know?
No, there's fallout and stuff and he's contaminated and can't. I think it's a virus
Oh.
and he can't come in. So they're trying to keep things going through a window. Like, he wants to get back to his family right there.
So
So
what you do? You just whip it out and stick it to the window? It's like a glory hole?
I guess if he wanted to be intimate, there's a way they could work that out somehow.
Is the penis not radiated?
These are questions that I'm not qualified to answer, sir.
I'm asking you. You saw this movie. Did it come up? I mean, he's passing stuff in and out of a window. Did she
I
fart
can't
inside?
remember, man. This was a late night movie. This is after several pops and probably me just by my lonesome.
Did he open the window and go
And I'm like,
and yell at his wife because she farted inside and let it go? He's like, I'm radiated out here. I don't need your fart hitting me in the face.
That's when he dies.
It's like, God. His immune system can't handle her gas.
Gas. And it was
And
at a
dies.
Kroger's gas station.
I see a new movie I want to write. I told you about my love story I want to write, right? I want to do a rom-com. It's all,
You might have.
it's all happy
We've
and
spit off
fun.
a lot of ideas to each other.
I have 3 rom-coms now. It's a trilogy set. The first one, guy and girl.
You're going to call it When Harry Met Susie?
No.
When Harold Met Susie?
Do you want to go sit at Cat's Delicatessen and where Harry Met Sally was shot and have the orgasm in the chair?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, I'll put that back on the map. So a guy and a girl, they're in love. They live in the Midwest, like Kansas. They're in love. It's a weird story because she was married before, moved off, got a divorce, came back home, sees him, who he's always been in love with her, but she hasn't. It's kind of like a Hallmark movie type thing, you know. And finally, they fall in love. The wedding day comes, and they get married in this nice, big, beautiful barn, but it's Kansas. And a tornado comes and kills everyone, and that's the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So-
it's like a brutal Wizard of Oz kind of thing going
Part
there, huh?
1. The second one in this trilogy is they're in New York or a city.
Okay.
And they're running around, and same thing. You know, it's a weird love story. There's these mismatches. It's this couple. She falls in love with him, but they see each other on the streets and stuff, and they just keep missing each other. And finally, all the hookups, kind of like Serendipity, if you've ever seen that movie. It works along those lines.
Then Mushroom Cloud.
They're in Central Park. They're in love. He gets down on a knee, proposes to her. Mushroom Cloud. Movie's
Boom.
over.
Over. And we get killed
Boom.
at the Rage show.
Third movie in the trilogy, this epic trilogy of love stories that end tragically. Couples in love. They want to have a destination wedding, so they're into anime real big. So they're like, let's go to Japan, and we'll go to
That'd be a cool honeymoon. For
Mount
sure.
Fuji.
Yeah.
We'll go to Mount Fuji and we'll get down there with the
I know where this is going.
where the cherry blossoms and everything.
I think I know where this is going.
Oh no, you don't. So they get married, everything's happy, and they head off to one of the little Japanese islands that are beautiful. You know, the cool ones you see in the movies and everything, and they're just having the time of their lives, and they're sitting back, and it's 2 days in their wedding, and they're like, man, this is the life. I love you. You know, all this, blah blah blah. They're watching the sunset.
So romantic.
They're watching the sunset. Yeah, as they're drinking on their little pina coladas or mai tais or whatever they have over there. It's exactly. What's her name? Cole.
Nat King Cole.
Whoever sang that
Cole
song.
Beasley.
The Felicity. Give me
Oh,
your AIDS.
Felicity.
Stole that. Can't use that. But anyway, they're watching the sunset, but then they see this silhouette in the sun,
Uh-oh.
and out of the water comes Godzilla and kills everybody.
I thought they were going to go
End
there.
of the third. That's the end of the third.
Well, that's been great, man.
You don't like my movies?
No, I like them. I think we should budget that.
Pussifers coming to Fort Worth.
To Mass. Wait, I better not say that.
Better not say to
We might
Mass.
not get ass backed.
They are coming to the Will Rogers Coliseum, the venue I said we should have been using this whole fucking time. It's a great concert venue. It's perfect. The size is great. The auditorium's beautiful, and the Coliseum's great.
What night is this?
The night of your mom. The night. Hold on. Everything's being. I swear it's hot. It's so hot out here. Everything's just being super slow.
Yeah.
10/26. Uh-oh. That's October 26th. Is that a Saturday? 10/26.
That could be. There could be a.
That's a Wednesday.
a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's a Wednesday night. Why? What are you damning?
Because remember last time I said I want to watch Pussifer on a weekend.
That's the weekend after Formula One.
Man.
That's the weekend after you get back to town, or a week after you get back to town. And 3 days before something I can't talk about yet.
All right.
Oh,
Hooray
fuck,
for
I gotta-
Pussifer.
I gotta,
Coming to Fort Worth.
I can't
I
do
can't
it.
wait to see them.
I can't do Formula One.
Why?
I have a Cowboy game.
Oh, show's over.
All right. Good night. Bye.
Motherfucker!
I just looked at the calendar and saw that. Oh, shit.